Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Pokemon fans of the world, actually, no, let me rewind that for you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and wrestling fans of the world, MegaCrashers here, and I welcome you back to our second episode of the Raw vs. Smackdown live series, Who Did It Better This Week? So, in this series, just to recap real quick, what this series is going to be involving is I watch both Raw and SmackDown, and I take from those shows, in my opinion, what made those shows great. And what I do is I compare them to each other, and then, in my opinion, I decide which show did it better this week. And this is also going to be an interactive series as well. I would love to hear from you guys, and I would love to hear what you guys thought made those shows great, and which show you guys think actually won this week. So with that being said, my friends, let's get started with what happened on Raw. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw and what I felt made the show great. First of all, we had Jinder Mahal make his return to the Monday Night Raw roster. I was not expecting that, and I thought that was pretty damn cool. He was once in the WWE, and he most notably was part of 3MB, and I felt like that the WWE really did not use him as well as they could have in his first run in WWE. However, now that he's back, I think that the WWE has some potential to make Jinder Mahal great. And I feel like that he would make a very, very good villain and have some of the most amazing feuds. I mean, the guy has the talent, he has the looks. I definitely think that he can make it if the WWE can push him strong. The next thing I want to talk about is Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar made an appearance on Monday Night Raw. And when those two make an appearance, you know the show is going to have ratings. When you have the mouthpiece Paul Heyman, the guy that cuts amazing promos, I'm talking smoother than a hot knife through butter, and you have the imposing, the intimidating presence of Brock Lesnar, who doesn't even need to say a single word, and he gets his message across. They cut a very awesome segment, and you know what made this even better was at the very same time that Paul Heyman said, "You'll never hit an RKO on Brock Lesnar," guess what happens? Randy Orton literally out of nowhere appears and hits an RKO on Brock Lesnar. I'm like, holy freaking shit. That is absolutely crazy, man. I was losing it. I was actually not expecting it. And you know what, though? At the same time, it's Randy Orton. The guy literally appears out of nowhere just to RKO you, and he slithers away like the human viper that he is. Oh my god. And I thought that, alongside the other matches that took place there, it was some pretty solid action, especially the Cesaro versus Sheamus match. I mean, anytime you have the likes of Cesaro in a wrestling match, you know that you are going to be in for really solid action. The guy is an amazing worker, and I hope that the WWE puts some gold around him soon, because he definitely deserves it, guys. I mean, Cesaro, definitely one of the best that WWE Raw has to offer. And something else that could quite possibly happen at SummerSlam is Roman Reigns could face Rusev for the WWE United States Championship. Now, I looked it up, and it's not an official thing, but it kind of looks like that the WWE is going to be building up something like that towards SummerSlam. So I hope that this actually happens, because these two guys are amazing athletes, and it's always fun to watch a big guy like Roman Reigns and big guys like Rusev fight it out, because you know that something big is going to happen. So that right there pretty much wraps up what I felt made the show great. However, I will say that the mixed tag team match between Enzo Amore and Sasha Banks versus Chris Jericho and Charlotte was pretty fun to watch, especially given the smack talking that they gave each other back and forth. I mean, when you have Enzo Amore appear, you know the show's going to have ratings, you know he's going to cut good promos, and alongside Sasha Banks, man, holy crap, man. That was awesome. But anyways, guys, that right there is what's going to wrap up Monday Night Raw and what I felt made the show great. So let's go ahead and move on to SmackDown. Okay, now it is time to talk about what happened on SmackDown Live, and I felt that this show was also pretty damn lit. First of all, we had an amazing triple threat match between the likes of Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, and Kalisto, and Apollo Crews ended up winning the match to become the #1 contender to face The Miz at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. And I thought that alongside all the other matches that happened on the show was pretty damn solid. The action was definitely on a pretty solid level. So the next thing I want to talk about is American Alpha and their debut match against the Vaudevillains. Those guys have they have it. They have the it factor when it comes to a solid tag team. I mean, my God. Some of the moves that they were pulling off was absolutely crazy. I was just like, holy shit. Like, these guys, like, they were originally from NXT, you know? The show that there's no single match on NXT that's been happening as of late, at least to my knowledge, that has ever been disappointing. I mean, my God, like, the fact that American Alpha got moved up to the main roster and they're being used like that, oh man, I'm so excited. I mean, of course, you know, it may sound like I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, it's their first match. Calm down there, MegaCrasher. You know, there's still quite a distance to go. But I'm loving the way that American Alpha is being used and is looking good. Holy shit, that's so awesome. The next thing I want to talk about, AJ Styles versus John Cena set up a match to face each other at SummerSlam. Holy shit, they are going to tear it down, son. They're going to tear it down, man. Holy shit, that is like a main event level match. And they're going to tear it down at SummerSlam. They tore it down at Money in the Bank, and AJ Styles, in controversial fashion, got one over on John Cena. So, at SummerSlam of all places, they're going to do it again. AJ Styles, John Cena, 2! The match that is, in my opinion, almost too big for SummerSlam. But it's gonna happen, guys. And I'm thinking that John Cena is going to even the score with AJ Styles and win. But I can't say for sure, man. I cannot say for sure. I'm going to save my predictions for the day of SummerSlam and make a video out of it. Holy shit. So anyways, the next thing we gotta talk about is when Brock Lesnar actually made an appearance during Randy Orton's match with Fandango and gave him an F5, and he actually had to be escorted out by security and referees. And the fact that they're actually doing that now is enforcing even further the fact that the brains are really split. It's like, if you are on Raw, you're on Raw. You're not allowed to be on SmackDown, and vice versa. If you're on SmackDown, you ain't allowed to be on Raw. Like, this is so far building up to be a pretty damn epic collision. Now, I will say my only complaint about this whole thing so far is, of all the ways that you could build up a match or even start a build up of a match, a fucking kickoff panel announced a match? That big? Are you serious? Like, why couldn't Randy Orton make his return and outright challenge Brock Lesnar to a match at SummerSlam, or the other way around? I mean, that right there would have made the startup that much better. But you know what? That's in the past. The fact that they are going at it at SummerSlam is just going to be so amazing. Like, Brock Lesnar is one of the few athletes that he can't have a bad match. It's like, just by his appearance, you know that you're going to be in for a treat and you're going to get your money's worth, man. That is absolutely amazing. And I gotta say, speaking of amazing, the main event was pretty damn amazing between the likes of Bray Wyatt and Dolph Ziggler, and the winner of that match would be the #1 contender for Dean Ambrose WWE World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. And I gotta say that the promo that Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler cut before that match had me sweating bullets. I mean, I have not seen a promo that heated. In fact, like, I really don't see promos that good since, like, nearly the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, where there was actually a little bit of colorful language involved. But what I mean by colorful is swearing, cursing, and all that stuff. And I mean, like, you don't need to have curse words to make a good promo and a good match and all that stuff, but even still, it's like, the fact that they are actually embracing that this is a new era is actually pretty damn sweet. And overall, I just gotta say that SmackDown Live this week had really decent action and really decent promos, man. I have got to say, SmackDown Live as well as Raw, they both kicked ass, but now it is time for the verdict. In my opinion, which show did it better this week? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for the verdict. Which show did it better this week? Was it Monday Night Raw or WWE SmackDown Live? I gotta say that just by a small margin, WWE SmackDown Live kicked ass this week, more than Monday Night Raw did, just by a small margin. I mean, both shows were absolutely amazing, but I felt like that WWE SmackDown Live hit the nail harder on the head this week. I mean, I gotta say, having AJ Styles versus John Cena announced for SummerSlam, my god, that right there was pretty much blew me away. That right there was the part of SmackDown Live that's like, yep, done. Good game. GG. SmackDown Live won it this week. So, yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I mean, I want to hear from you guys as to what you guys think were the best parts of Raw and SmackDown, and let me know what show you guys thought won it this week. WWE Raw or WWE SmackDown? Anyways, guys, that is going to conclude this video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you fire off a like on it. Let's see if we can aim for a modest, let's say 11 likes. Let's bump the like goal up just a tiny bit. So we'll say 11 likes. And if you want more content like this, make sure you rate, comment, share this channel, share this video, and subscribe today to MegaCrasher and the community for the best Pokemon Sun and Moon news type that there is today on YouTube, because you already know the deal, but my friends, when we're community type packed on is one, you know that we shine brighter than the sun and the moon combined. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next upload.